What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Curtis and we finally got the ZR2 back. So in today's video I'll talk to you guys about what happened to the ZR2 and yeah, so it's kind of a bummer, but we got it back. Alright, so first starting out, I don't know if you guys watched the previous video, but I'll explain again what happened with it. So got done filming the video that I just bought a ZR2 video, you know, to be super stoked on the video. Driving on the freeway, felt like it didn't want to shift. It didn't want to shift, and I was like, this is really weird. So I was like playing with the throttle to kind of see if, like, you know, it would want to shift, but it didn't. So I pulled over. I'm like, oh no. Once I pulled over, all the brake codes happened. All, like, every freaking brake code you could think of showed up on the dash. So I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. I've never really had it not want to shift and then throw a code. So yeah, that really scared me. So then I got pulled over. I'm like, well, I mean, back in the day with the old black Z71, I would just disconnect the battery, plug it back in, and then everything would work. But that didn't work. That's when I called my neighbor. Didn't work. He brought me some tools because he's just moving in the house. The wife couldn't find a wrench size for the battery because this is kind of a mess because we had all this stuff in here and I threw all the tools around to get the new truck, to throw everything off of it, to put it back on the new truck. But she couldn't find the right size. Called him. Dirt Remedy Offroad. Shout out to my neighbor. He has Tacoma Silver and he has a channel also. But so disconnect the battery, plug back in, still didn't work. And it was probably like 8, 9 at night, and I'm like, I'm not gonna call roadside assistance right now because I can't really drop it off the dealership because it was so late. You know what I mean? So I winged it home. I winged it. No brakes. I mean, I had brakes, but they weren't power brakes, so I had to like calculate in my head when to hit the brakes to stop at the stoplight or the stop sign. Not really safe. Not really safe at all. And honestly, like, if this happened like on the freeway, like I was saying, like if the brakes just gave out, like if I needed to stop, like it would have been bad because I couldn't. But got home, did all that, disconnect the battery overnight, checked it in the morning, still didn't work. Called the tow truck. Tow truck came. Yeah, tow truck came, and then left it at the dealership. They didn't give me a rental for like 3 days, and he told me, oh, we don't have any, but I call that bullshit. And little to find out, they only give rentals out if they can diagnose the problem to realize how long it's going to take. He could have just told me that from the beginning, but, you know, waited 3 days. They gave me a rental. Had the rental for 27 days. 27 days on the Trail Boss, the blue one. 27 days. That's been almost a whole month. Whole month. In between the time frame of that, I somehow got the email of the president of GM. Okay, I thought it was bullshit at first. I thought it was a bullshit email. I thought it wasn't real, but turns out it was. He emailed me back like a normal CEO would. Super dry, said, I'm sorry. We'll get you someone on this as soon as possible. So I'm like, okay, this is nice. So I asked him, can you just pull some parts off the assembly line? Since the guy I worked with at the dealership really wasn't giving me anything. Wasn't even text me every day like, hey, no parts, blah, blah, blah. So emailed him, can you just pull some parts off the assembly line? Because, like, you guys are making these trucks literally every single day, probably hundreds of these trucks every single day. Just pull apart from the assembly line. Like, we're going to SEMA this year, so I'm trying to get this truck ready for that and get everything going for that. And so he said, whatever it takes. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that answer. Let me get a little drink of a beer real quick. So he said, whatever it takes. Cool. 30 minutes later, one of his assistants or something. So the email is real. Like, he transferred it over to one of his assistants or somebody to take care of this in a timely manner. I did contact in that time frame, like, GM corporate. They really didn't do anything much. And I did get in contact with a GM engineer through Instagram. He hit me up and was helping me out also. He like escalated my case also, so that was shout out to that guy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, so the assistant emails me or calls me 30 minutes later. So I'm like, oh, this must be real. You know, like GM, the president of GM's assistant called me 30 minutes later, and she said she works closer with the assembly line, or closer to the manufacturers. It's like, okay, cool. And she was super helpful, way better than the dude I was working with before this, the service advisor. Those guys are a joke. They never gave me any type of answers, nothing. Yeah, so got that done. And comes to find out, like, when I'm waiting this 28 days, I'm like researching this, like, who else has had this problem, blah blah blah, who's had this problem. I had no ETA. These parts I had no, before I contacted the lady, before I contacted the GM, president of GM. They said no ETA, no idea when they're going to be there. So I'm like, well, fuck. So I researched what other people have been going through this. Some people have been waiting like 4 months for their truck. 4 months is absolutely insane. Like, that's crazy to me. That's insane. 4 months for these parts, and they still haven't got theirs back or nothing. Like, they had the same issues as me. I'm guessing it was like a bad batch of the brake system. I'll read that off to you guys, like what needed to be replaced and whatnot. But I believe some people are just gonna have a bad batch, apparently, from what I've heard. 4 months, no ETA and parts, that really sucks. But thankfully, mine's only been 28 days. It's almost 30. Could have lemon lawed it if I really wanted to. You know, like, I really did push them. Like, I guarantee it would have taken way longer if I wasn't on them the whole time. So yeah, the GM president assistant was super nice. She updated me like every 2 days on what was going on, sending me shipping addresses or shipping numbers for when the parts are going to be there and everything. And it's crazy because she would get back to me faster than my actual like service advisor, which is crazy to me. And yeah, so let me get the paper real quick and I'll tell you guys what was wrong with it. So let me read it to you. Let me read it out to you. I'm not very good at reading, so stick along with me here. It says verified customer's concern, checked for codes, bunch of codes, cleared the codes and tested, drove codes, 4 codes returned, performed circuit system verification with 1 code, found faulty code, brake system control module, reprogrammed replacing the brake system control module, reevaluated, installed the brake system control module, programmed the module, performed the setup, module keeps failing the setup, system fails, the brake system plunger, motor position sensor learn, contacted case, continued onto line, blah 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 blah. So they ordered module kit 1, placing BCM CM on line 2. Number 2, only fixed some codes, current codes, contacted case, performed the brake pedal travel sensor relearn, performed, and system failed the brake system plunger motor position sensor learn. TAC recommends replacing brake master cylinder. Replace brake master cylinder with power, brake booster, and electronic brake control module. Filled and brake fluid. Filled with brake fluid. Programmed BSCM brake control module. Hydraulic system check, pass, cleared codes, test drove, brakes are working, design complete, labor codes, blah blah blah. Labor times 3 hours, 20 minutes plus diagnosis time 30 minutes. Overall 3 hours and 30 minutes it took to fix, but the parts took 28 days to get here. Brake master cylinder, I can't read it, fluid, blah blah blah, reservoir kit, and yeah, that's what happened to the ZR2. A bunch of brake parts took a shit, and GM didn't have the parts, which is ridiculous. I saw some dude on Instagram he was traveling. He lives in Florida, he was in Wyoming, and his rear axle took a shit, and they had no parts for him for whenever they think they can get here, which was, they don't know. And that's crazy. That sucks. Like, if you're building these parts, like building these trucks every single day, you should have parts to replace them on these trucks when it happens. Like, it shouldn't be 28 days. 28 days. 2 more days, and I could have lemon lawed it. I'm happy to have it back, but it doesn't feel new anymore. It doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel new. It sucks. Had it for 4 days, 300 miles, took a shit. I put literally like 1,100 miles on the rental. I've only put 300 on this thing. So I got a new truck to drive again. But we got some really cool plans coming up, and it's gonna be a fun time. I don't know if I'm just gonna post this video or not for this week's video, because I'm gonna go hit some trails and beat on it because it doesn't feel new anymore. So I do have to replace and put on all this stuff. My garage is a disaster because I haven't had time to put this on because my truck's been in the shop. So yeah, smart cap goes on first. I don't know if I'm gonna do the roof rack. Got some ideas. Bumpers coming soon. Rear bumper coming soon. It's tube style, super sick, excited. And yeah, it's gonna be sick. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, cross your fingers that the ZR2 is gonna be dialed, just like the Z71 was. Hopefully, swear to God, please. But yeah, my arm hurts from holding this up, and it's really hot outside. But appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Stick around. It's gonna be fun. We got SEMA build. We got new suspension. We got new bumpers coming. Tube style. Never seen on the ZR2 yet. Tube style. It's gonna be sick. So appreciate you guys watching. Love you. Peace out.